Coming to you live from downtown San Francisco, it's time for the Junkyard Rat Show.
Hello, I'm JunkYard Rat. Welcome to my show. And today we got a special guest all the way from New York, Josh Schaefer. How you doing, Josh?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Pretty good. Thanks for coming on. What city are you in again?
I'm in Massapequa. So I'm trying to get the phone. Yeah, how's that? I'm in Massapequa, which is basically Long Island, home to, just a few comedians. Like,
Just
you got actually the town I'm in right now is home to Jerry Seinfeld.
Is it really? That's not where the Clintons live, is it? Or is that
And the Baldwin brothers too.
Oh yeah, the Baldwin brothers.
Yeah.
Were all five of them from that same city, or?
Yeah. So Seinfeld, like, there's a burger shop, so if you want a burger, or if Baldwin's can help you find a gun, then, you're good to go.
Help you find a gun.
The Baldwins are good for that stuff. I don't even know what happened. Usually they allow you to kill people on westerns. I'm not sure why they didn't allow Alec Baldwin to do it. I think they're still filming that movie. They moved it to Montana or something.
Yeah.
They're gonna finish that movie. So you work in a hospital? Are you a nurse or?
I am a registered nurse. I work in a psych hospital, so I could say it's like, I don't just work there, I was just an employee, I'm also a client.
A psych hospital, so that's why you belong on this show.
Yeah. If you guys need any medical advice, free of charge.
Have you seen any famous people in the psych hospital?
I have not, but I know, like, when I was doing my clinicals in the city, I was at Columbia Presbyterian on the Upper East Side, and I believe, oh no, that was the Saudi, one of the Saudi princes went there for like a thyroidectomy. They rented out an entire floor. And then there's a hospital not too far from me, North Shore University Hospital, and that's where J-Lo had her baby, and she rented out the whole floor.
The whole floor? You can rent out a whole floor?
Hey, when you got that kind of money, absolutely.
So what did you say that the prince had?
A thyroidectomy.
You're not talking about Prince. You're talking about the prince.
So one of the Saudi princes, he needs a little work done. He comes over here, gets a little something.
There's like a million of those, aren't there?
He asked for a Jewish doctor, which is a little strange considering, Saudi Arabia.
That is crazy. But when you come to America for healthcare, you want the best and stuff. I went to Tijuana to have surgery one time.
Really?
Yeah, I had like 85% of my stomach taken out because I was too fat. I was too fat. But it worked. I lost a shitload of weight and stuff. I lost a lot of weight. It was like 3 grand. It was pretty good. They kind of
In Tijuana?
in Tijuana. A lot of people are going to Mexico for their medical procedures because it's so expensive.
A gym membership is $10 a month.
If you're in Tijuana, though, I figured if you need to lose weight, just drink the water.
Yeah, there you go. Or get a gym membership.
Yeah.
A gym membership's $10.
Well, no, I could have gone to the gym, but gyms aren't that. I used to go to a gym actually. I had a gym membership that I was in a mall. I used to go with my mom, and when she would go to your yoga class, I would sneak out and go to Ross. I never worked out. I would just sneak out and go to the stores. That was my gym membership. So you do voices or you do different voices?
I have a bunch of voices that I do. I have a website available. I try to do daily TikToks, things like that, gathering a following.
Let me hear your voices.
For St. Patrick's Day, but a shout out for Rodney Dangerfield because I happen to be Jewish and my wife is Irish Catholic, and that went over pretty good.
Do you feel good with that?
I enjoy it.
Okay.
Like
You guys are fun.
I always naturally do voices.
Let me hear you do like a Rodney voice.
A who?
Rodney Dangerfield voice.
Oh, Rodney. Oh, I thought you said Ronnie. I'm like Ronnie. Like Ronnie Reagan. Like what?
Ronnie is Howard Stern's limo driver, or Ronnie from Jersey Shore. Isn't there a Ronnie on Jersey Shore?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, dude? Everything he pronounces month, dude. What are you talking about, dude? I always noticed that on the show. Rodney Dangerfield, yeah, was just kind of like, oh, let me tell you something. Being married to an Irish woman, it ain't easy. It's like St. Patrick's Day. It's like the same as sex. It only happens once a year. She told me the schmuck of the Irish. Oh, I tell you, get no respect at all.
That is pretty good. Can you
Thanks.
do what other voices can you do?
Jeez, I could do a lot. I could do, when I start with it, do you like guys like The Simpsons?
Oh yeah.
Well, right now I'm doing okay, but I think maybe at the end of this might be the worst the worst interview ever. Needless
Well,
to say, I will get on the internet and express my outrage to the world.
that is true.
You know
Hey.
who that is? That's comic book guy.
Yeah, the Simpsons have been on the air for years. I got Simpson socks. I got like a
Yes.
couple. I have Simpson socks. Not, I have OJ Simpson socks. The bloody socks that he wore when he.
Sounds to be kind of like knives and blood splatters or what?
Oh yeah.
Sorry, that's.
I don't think OJ did it. I think his son did it.
His
Actually,
son.
I actually read a book about it. His son was a chef. Carried a bunch of knives. You know how chefs carry a bunch of knives on them at all times. Because the thing about it, you play in the NFL for years, you can't even lift your arms up. If you're a running back, after a while, you can't even lift your arms up all the way. So I don't think OJ at that age could have done all that himself.
No.
I don't think.
Yeah.
And I read a
His
book.
son?
Huh?
Yeah.
Could you imagine him trying to run through the airport doing a Hertz commercial now?
I bet he could. I bet he could and stuff.
In a wheelchair.
Doing stuff that hurts.
I got trivia.
All in the chair.
What was the last team OJ Simpson played for?
Jeez, I don't even know. I admit it, I'm not much of a sports guy.
It's the 49ers. His last season he played for the 49ers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because he's from San Francisco. OJ's from
Oh.
we used to like OJ. Yeah, he's from the Bay Area. He played at City College, but yeah, his final season. Actually, I had a poster because they gave us posters when he retired. I should have kept it. If I had known he was gonna kill somebody, I would have kept it. I don't know what happened to the poster, but
Really?
huh?
So what, now you're hoping he ends up like the end of Naked Gun where he's in the wheelchair and he goes bum 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 bum.
Well, you know, I'm an Angels fan. Reggie Jackson was my favorite player. I love that movie. You know,
That's a great movie.
it's a great movie. Huh? Reggie Jackson came out with his candy bar again.
He's gonna be the guest this Wednesday, yeah.
Huh?
Reggie's gonna be a guest this Wednesday.
Oh, where? Oh, is he really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't listen to Howard after he made me pay. I'm cheap.
Oh, I thought you mentioned Ronnie Mund, and he's affiliated with Howard, so.
Oh yeah, I used to listen to you. Actually, I saw him years ago, like when he did an event in LA. It was like '92. I'm old. I'm like 50 years old. So yeah.
That's not.
Hey, so what do you think about Trump getting arrested in New York?
I mean, I don't know. It hasn't happened yet.
I think
I
it's
try not to bring up the politics thing because they say you lose like 50% of our audience, but actually I thought of a poem actually about it. It's like, it seems that Trump is biding his time, but he shouldn't get too excited. Stealing classified documents might be a crime, so maybe he's getting indicted.
I don't think he really stole the documents. I think that if you go to a lot of these people's houses, they probably got like, I bet Biden has a garage full of old documents, you know? I think we make a big deal.
My wife, she's convinced he has dementia, so, because her.
Oh, Biden?
My sister-in-law is a brilliant neurologist. She thinks the same, so they have their theories, so.
He might.
He's just happy he's
Well,
president.
I mean, the fact that we have a former president facing 3 separate investigations, I mean, that should say something, but, it is what it is. Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
4.
Well,
Oh, four, I'm sorry.
if I got indicted for something,
It's hard to lose count.
if I got indicted, I think it would be great if I got indicted for paying off a hooker. So paying off a hooker to keep quiet or a porn star. I think that's just badass. You know, like what's so cool? Is there anything cooler about paying off some porn star? You're the president for God's sake. And he used a check. What kind of old person uses a check? What PayPal wasn't working? This was like 25 years ago. He banged this woman, like you know. And I don't think it would have mattered. I don't think it would have mattered if people found out. I don't think anybody cared these days. You got JFK who basically, I don't know what JFK basically, you know.
Him and his brother ran a train on what's Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, hell yeah.
I got a brother. I don't think I want to share one with my brother, you know. I wouldn't want to share a room with my brother. I don't know. That's kind of weird, you know. I think that's why they took her out because she refused to sleep with the third brother, like Ted Kennedy.
Really?
She wouldn't do Ted, I think the father even got him.
She would have had a TED talk.
She might have had their father too. Like the father was a big time player in Hollywood back in the day. I mean, you look at the Kennedys now, like, ooh,
They're almost all dead.
yeah, it's true, but there's no Kennedy who got a Kennedy like lost a Senate race in Massachusetts. That's how much people don't care about the Kennedys. Like 2 years ago.
Oh, that Kennedy's not related to them.
No,
No, it's
no.
a different Kennedy.
There's Robert Kennedy. No, not Robert. What's his name? Robert Kennedy Jr., the anti-vaxxer guy.
Oh yeah, the anti-vaxxer, yeah.
Him and Daryl. I think him, Daryl Hannah, and who's the other one? That's like no vax, something like that.
Well, yeah, people think that's crazy, but it's like, I mean, I had the vaccine and I'm thinking like, didn't even work. I mean, I had the, which one? What is the vaccine name?
Pfizer, Moderna.
Pfizer, Moderna,
I had Moderna, but I'm
and
like,
J&J.
yeah. I was in a plane. I was in a plane. I went to Vegas during Christmas. I think maybe 10 people wore like masks in the whole plane.
I still wear a mask. Fuck.
Oh,
Yeah,
do you?
Some people got bad
it's
breath.
different. You know, you can treat it. You know, you have Paxlovid, you have the vax, you know, things. It's become what's called known as endemic, which means it's manageable. So that's the beauty of it. But back in the day when it first broke out, me and my wife, we were both working at a hotspot, and it was horrific. I mean,
Oh yeah,
horrific.
were you working in a hospital?
I'm sorry?
Were you working in a hospital during COVID?
Oh yeah, for a year.
Oh yeah, was it the mental hospital or another one?
No. I was in a medical surgical unit when COVID hit. The whole hospital became COVID patients. We had them in the hallways. We had them we had them 3 or 4 in a room that's for 1 or 2 people. It was the most, it was surreal. Is the best way to describe it.
So you seen firsthand where all the people were talking about as a hoax. So you seen that it wasn't a hoax.
All I can say, my friend, is I wish it was a hoax, but
And
it was not a hoax.
Could they say some of the anti-vaxxers were the main ones?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I keep cutting you guys off.
I wish I'd gotten COVID more because people gotta leave you alone when you got COVID. They just ignore you. You know?
Some people were celebrating that because some people were like, oh, hey man, I was independent before the pandemic. You know, I didn't like people to begin with.
Yeah.
Just give me an excuse to stay home.
Were there people dying in the hospital over COVID where you were?
I'm sorry?
Were there a lot of people who died in the hospital over COVID or where you worked?
Yes.
Or?
Yes, there were.
What's the worst? People on ventilators or?
Yeah, we had to, when working on a med surg unit's kind of like in between. You go to the ER, then they decide whether you need to be hospitalized. When you're hospitalized, then you're usually in a medical surgical unit. And then if you need to go to intensive care, you go to intensive care. So we had the task, which was horrible, of having to watch some patients just getting worse and worse and deciding whether or not they should be ventilated. And if they get ventilated, it's only a 50-50 chance.
That's crazy.
So I got that going for me.
Were you vaxxed right away before, or were you like one of the?
I mean, as soon as it passed clinical trials, human trials, yeah, definitely. Because I mean,
But did they do it at your work?
What would the side effects be long term? But we saw what was happening, and the first rule with healthcare providers is to protect people. If like you got an open wound, you want to cover it, you want to stop the bleeding. So we wanted to stop the bleeding. So yeah, I got vaxxed pretty quick.
I got vax too, but it's like, I mean, I got the polio vax. I got a couple of vaccines running through my body, and there's a couple of vaccines I didn't get the monkey pox. You know,
No, no.
I didn't qualify for the monkey pox.
Well, you're not fooling around with a monkey, so I think you're not fooling around with monkeys.
And the monkey pox went in and out. Did you get vaccinated for the monkey pox or?
Did I? No, that was the media. I mean, I support the media, but sometimes they take things too far, and they definitely took things too far with the monkeypox. It was just needless hysteria.
I think a lot of people who I know who are gay got it, but it's like, I mean, why not just stop having sex for a couple months while this thing is running rampant, you know?
Yeah, well, there's definitely such thing as personal responsibility, but
They blame the monkeys for AIDS. Now they blamed it for the monkeypox. The monkeys haven't done anything to us, you know. Why do we
well,
keep going after them?
The brown monkey disease is supposedly
Yeah.
what causes
yeah,
AIDS.
but the monkeys get. You ever see those? You ever see the monkeys in the wild? They have mega crazy freaking orgies. It's like monkey mania. Monkey spunk all over the place.
Yeah.
It's like no holds barred.
Well, there were a couple of monkeys that might have started AIDS. I think Michael Jackson's monkey Bubbles, he might have invented AIDS himself. You know,
Really?
I don't know, maybe, but the monkeypox was really confusing, and it just kind of went in and out one day. You know,
Yeah.
it was like boom. So
Yeah.
what kind of stuff do you see at the psychiatric hospital? People going crazy, people chained up,
Psychedelic hospital.
I can't divulge. I
bad
can't divulge
acid
too much
trip.
information.
Any bad acid trips, or people come in with? Do people come in with like bad acid trips or weed trips, or
Oh yeah, absolutely.
what is it
We
about
have
people freaking out on weed these days?
it's the fentanyl.
Oh, the fentanyl, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. There's a
So
big
they come in and
fentanyl.
they're all over the place.
There's a
I
big
don't know if you guys ever
fentanyl
seen.
market nearby. Huh?
Go ahead.
There's a
Sorry.
couple of fentanyl dealers right outside our building over here. The fentanyl market
Are you
is big.
serious?
I'm very serious. Have you been to San Francisco? You haven't been there?
No.
Oh yeah, I mean, this area we're at is like zone. Like there's an open drug market right by here. You can buy anything you want except weed.
Yeah, you can't buy
You
weed.
can't buy weed down there. They got
You can't buy weed, but you can jab a needle in you. I mean, that's a little wild. I mean, that's a little backwards, don't you think?
yeah. I mean, yeah. It's crazy. It's like open. I've seen cops maybe like once there arresting people. But what happens to people who get addicted to fentanyl? What do you do with them at your hospital?
They die.
Throw them out the window. No, we basically
Can they fly or?
we bring them down. We wait for the drug to wear off, and we treat them, and we teach them. Obviously you have a problem, and
Just
we
say
try to
no.
teach them recovery and stay focused on recovery, and then we send them on their way.
Do you have to like chain people up or?
Chain them up? No, we do what's called restraints, where we have to restrain them. We put them in the bed and give them a shot in the butt.
Oh, you don't like lock them up with handcuffs or?
No,
That's like
no,
the
it's not
movie
like it's
thing.
not Tales from the Crypt.
Oh,
We don't do ice baths or lobotomies anymore.
oh, why? You don't do like shock treatments?
Are doing shock treatments these days. They're doing ECT, which apparently is promising, but it's like, that if you want to try and bring your dead guinea pig to life, I've stolen it a few times, tried to bring some animals back to life, but so far it hasn't worked.
Oh, really? So what kind of crazy stuff do you see at your hospital?
I had a patient who told me he was biting into his cheeseburger and he's like, there's a demon in my cheeseburger. I was like, well, is it a McDemon? Like, where'd you get it from? McDonald's or Burger King? Like, we gotta call him up and let him, and we'll make sure, he said both the pickles and the demon. Like, what's wrong with you? Where's the refund?
It's got to be
we have-
McDonald's. McDonald's is
McDemons.
more like a demon, you know. Burger King is kind of a cool dude, you know, but McDonald's, like that weird redhead clown, he's like a demon looking dude.
Irish.
He's like
Yeah, and they, these days, you look at their mascots. They had a little dude and a little burglar running around wearing a cape, stealing stuff. I mean, that's not exactly the best message you're putting out there for the kids.
ah. So how far are you
Yep.
from New York City?
40 minutes.
So did you grow up in that area or where you live?
No, I grew up in Rockville Center, which is Amy Schumer. I could name drop all day since, Long Island. There's only a few entertainers that come from Long Island. And Amy Schumer and Howard Stern are from where I grew up.
Oh yeah. Pete Davidson, or is that another part of Long Island?
Who?
Pete Davidson?
No, Pete Davidson's from Staten Island.
Oh,
We have a lot of islands.
you can tell like I've been in New York City like twice. I don't know my way around.
Sorry, I've been there 100 times. I
The
still
New
don't
York
know
like
my way
New York the New York Islanders play on Long Island, don't they? That's where the mafia's from, isn't it? Or
Where? The what?
is the mafia from Long Island, or I'm all confused.
We don't talk about that.
All
It's
right.
construction. Construction.
What do you think about Amy Schumer? You think she's funny?
I like her show. She had that show, and apparently she's a really cool person. But I think she takes, and that sounds like sexist, but it's like, I guess it is a little like double standard, but she talks about her, her vag too much, in my opinion, like there's only so many vag jokes she could do. And Sarah Silverman started the whole thing off anyway. I think it was Sarah Silverman. But she's cool. I mean, I respect her accomplishments and stuff, but apparently she's a bit of a joke thief,
A bit.
which isn't cool. So I mean, I'm not wild. I mean, I like my favorite stand-ups are Chris Rock, Chappelle, Richard Pryor, Robin Williams, George Carlin, Jim Gaffigan. I saw him with my wife.
I have a
Four, 5
picture
months
with
ago. He was
Robin
hilarious.
Williams. I have a picture with Robin Williams. I met him one time.
Was he cool? I heard he's like cool. Was cool
Oh
as
yeah,
hell.
he's hella cool.
Yeah.
He was hella cool. I was at a club called the Throckmorton. I think it's in Marin, and he like used the bathroom, the toilet, and like he smelled up the bathroom and he smelled up the green room. And I kept thinking like, did Robin Williams just like shit in the green room and smell up the place? But I actually told him a joke. He really liked the joke that it's kind of one of those jokes that I heard years ago. It's not my joke. I don't even know if I should say it, but I'll say it. Why did Hitler kill himself?
Why did who?
Hitler. Why did Hitler kill himself? I told this joke
Why?
because he got the gas bill.
Oh my God.
I told Robin that,
Yeah.
and I expected I expected Robin to actually use it one day. I thought, what if Robin used it? Because Robin was known as a joke thief too.
Yeah.
You know,
I heard he was actually, yeah.
I heard that if you went up to him and told him, "Man, you owe me money. You took my jokes." I never did that. I kind of missed out. I wish if I had known he wasn't gonna be around for a long time, I wish I had called my shot and said, "Hey man, you owe me like 10 grand. You took
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
my jokes."
You might have got it.
It
Yeah,
might
he
have.
was a joke thief. It's unfortunate what happened to him. He got what's called Lewy body syndrome, which is a form of dementia.
But I guess
Which is,
they thought he had something else, didn't they? Like, did they confuse him, or they thought he had something else, didn't they? Like they didn't realize.
initially, I think they did, but actually the diagnosis is called Lewy body dementia.
Well, he was
Which might be,
diagnosed after he
you
died.
can't confuse that with the Disney version, which is Huey, Dewey, and Louie body dementia.
I think Ted Turner has that too. I think.
Yeah, well, actually, Bruce Willis right now, I think he's a similar form of dementia.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
His dementia is called too much cocaine dementia.
Booger sugar dementia.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Robin. I think part of me wishes that the mafia had killed him, you know. Part of
You
me
think the
wishes
Mafia
that
killed
there was.
Robin Williams?
I don't know. I mean, it's Hollywood. Hollywood does some crazy stuff, you know. Like, I
Yeah.
wish, you know. I mean, you never know what they do. Like, Hollywood is crazy. Like, you know, Hollywood is crazy, crazy, crazy. But
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, there's no doubt it's pretty loony. Like the Academy Awards, the way they gave everything to everything everywhere all at once.
yeah, did you like that movie or?
I've seen bits and pieces. I still haven't fully gotten into it, but I thought it was interesting that the Academy Awards, because there's so many Asians involved at once. So the Academy Awards, it was like a Chinese restaurant, a bunch of Asian people thanking a bunch of Jews for their support.
Yeah, it's.
Because, you know how we love our Chinese food.
They had two directors. That's how you know that it's kind of like bullshit. You know, when you got two directors and you're winning a bunch of Oscars. Remember, like when Good Will Hunting, like those two, Ben Affleck and what's his name, won an Oscar for writing that movie, and there were all these rumors like these people didn't write that movie. That's why I'm thinking it might have been kind of staged, you know.
Who
And
knows?
and Will Smith had a movie where he played a slave, and they totally ignored that, you know. He
What was that? I forget the name of that.
was it Emancipation? No, there was something.
Yeah, Emancipation.
Yeah, Chris
And that
Rock
whole
talked
the,
about
the
that
whole Chris
movie.
Rock thing. Chris Rock.
Yeah, he said he wanted to watch that movie over and over because he liked to see him getting whipped. He was
I
excited
know.
about
I
saying,
saw that in the stand-up special.
yeah. Oh, you haven't seen it, the Netflix one?
No, I saw it.
Oh yeah, I saw Chris Rock years ago for $5 at Fresno.
$5.
When I was
Where
in
was he behind
college
this?
at Fresno
Where
State.
behind the 7-Eleven? What was he charging $5 for?
No, it was like a college thing, you know. It was like in '91. I don't know, but it was the best
wow.
$5 I ever spent, you know. That's
That's cool, man. Yeah,
except for that weed I bought that one time. Or the
he's great.
yeah. Yeah,
I thought Snoop Dogg was gonna take it. I thought Snoop Dogg was gonna have fun with the last Academy. You know, when he got hit, when Chris Rock got hit. You know, like slap it like it's rock, slap it like it's rock, slap it like it's rock. But I sent that to him, but he didn't use it.
I think that was staged. I don't know about you because I took a class. I took a class where they taught us how to do the Hollywood, like how you look like you're slapping somebody when you're not really slapping them. You know what I'm saying? So I took a class. They taught us how to do that, and if you look at the video, you can't see him. You can't see Chris Rock get slapped. You can't.
Really?
Yeah, it's not like watching UFC event. Yeah, you see somebody get hit. So I think the way they did it, I don't know. I think it might have been staged. I don't know. And the ratings in the Oscars this year was way better because people thought some shit's gonna happen. You know.
Yeah. Not much happened though.
No, nothing happened. I was hoping somebody would slap the shit out of Jimmy Kimmel or something. You know. Like that 90-year-old guy from that movie. That 90-year-old guy.
Right.
Slapped that popcorn out of his hand.
Yeah, the guy's 90 years old. He couldn't even get nominated. You got a 90-year-old actor. He's been acting for like 70 years. Nominate him.
James Hong?
Yeah, why not nominate him for an Oscar? Why give it to the other guy? The other guy has like 30 more years to win something, you know?
Oh, so just like a longevity award.
Yeah, give it to the 90-year-old, you know?
Anti-ageism.
It might be. I mean, once you're past 30 in Hollywood, you're just old, you know. Not, not like Don Lemon old, but old and stuff. Don Lemon old. Don Lemon old is another old and stuff. So you're making a cartoon right now? You told me.
Yes, I have a cartoon that's being with my co-writer. His manager is looking at it, and we're about to make some changes to it. And then we're gonna pitch it.
Are you gonna make me into a character?
I think you already are a character. I need to make you into anything.
No, but I want to be
You took care of that. You took care of that all by yourself.
I wanted to take like a comedy special, but do it cartoon wise or something. I always wanted to be
cool idea.
I always wanted to just take like this show one of these shows and turn it into a cartoon version of it. You know, I always wanted to do a cartoon.
That's a good idea. It's I've always loved the show Scrubs. So and those guys are really down to earth. So it's like try reaching out to them, being like, why don't you take old episodes of Scrubs and just set it to animation? That could be pretty cool.
That's true. So what kind of cartoon are you doing? Like
it's kind of under wraps. I can't divulge too much, but it's like it's got pop culture, it's got familiar characters, interview segments, things of that stuff. It's for adults. I mean, it's not porno or anything like that, but it's like something that we want to ship around, try with Adult Swim.
It's like Rick and Morty or something.
Apple TV.
Oh yeah, Apple TV, yeah.
Maybe Shudder Network because it has some like horror things to it, but it's like horror comedy. We're gonna look at Shudder, things like that.
That's pretty neat. Like I like Rick and I don't really watch Rick and Morty. I don't watch cartoons. I don't know why. I've never been like a cartoon type person. I'm more into porn than cartoons, you know?
You more to what?
I like looking at porn more than cartoons. Some people are cartoon people, other people are like porn people.
Well, to each their own, you know, don't knock masturbation, you know. If you gotta do a job right, you gotta do it to yourself.
Hey, I was listening to a sex show
Hands on.
earlier, and I finally learned how to give myself an orgasm. I didn't realize some people don't know how to give themselves orgasms. I was like, what do you mean? Some women go years
Yeah.
without an orgasm. I'm like, I mean, why?
Shucks.
Just practice on yourself one day and see if you can make yourself. Maybe you're not looking at the right kind of porn. I'm like, if a woman listening to the show can't get an orgasm, I'll send you a dick pic. I think that would work. I think,
Trump, you know, speaking of Trump, man, he's so arrogant, he's so about himself. You know, when he jerks off, he looks in the mirror.
yeah, Trump is like he's from that area, isn't he? From Long Island too, or
Well, I forget where he grew up, but he lived, you know, he was in the city, but I don't think his feet would ever touch Long Island. He'd probably think you know, we're lessers.
yeah.
Have you ever considered audition trying out for porn?
Not really. I know people in the porn business. I don't know. I videotaped myself like coming one time. It didn't look. I don't have much. I don't have much milk.
Gross.
I don't have
So, I
enough
mean,
milk.
is it true though?
Huh?
Is it true though, like in terms of the audition process, like you need a headshot, but you also need a money shot?
I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people who are on OnlyFans, but they do it with secret names. Like, I think a lot of the female comedians that I knew that came out of the Bay Area, a lot of them ended up doing OnlyFans. They don't have a career, but so I don't know. I think they they take pictures of themselves nude and put it on Twitter and see if anybody cares. Is anybody interested in my vagina? Look at my titties. That's how they get started. Like that's my New Year's resolution. I'm not buying porn. I'm not paying for OnlyFans. I'm not paying for porn because I realize that it's all junk. You know, there's nothing
Yeah.
original. You know, there's no
Yeah, yeah,
original
yeah.
porn. You know, I haven't seen like a third sex. You know, I haven't
I mean,
seen.
I would never do any of that OnlyFans stuff. I mean, but you know, why? I mean, I'm married, and it's like, you know, why spend money on a woman I could never have when I can get it from my wife for free? When she could turn me down for free, you know, it
That's
doesn't cost me
true.
anything. Yeah.
OnlyFans is an addiction though, because you sign up for one, they're like, give me $5. Then they're like, well, if you want to see me play with myself, that's like $10. And
I
then
know.
and then they're like, hey, I need a new refrigerator. Like, send me some tip. I got an Amazon
Yeah,
wish
yeah.
list. Amazon wish list, you know. That was my idea. My idea was I'm writing a book about it. It's like my idea was to take all the money I spent on OnlyFans and actually get a hooker instead. You know.
Well, what do you think
I,
about? You think they should legalize prostitution?
oh hell yeah, they should. They should do that. I think it's decriminalized in parts of the Bay Area. I don't,
Oh, that's cool, man.
what about you? You think it should be decriminalized or?
I'm decriminalized. I'm for decriminalizing it, and I think it would be. I think a lot of people. I think we do a great way to market it would be to make sure you get people that work in supermarkets and other grocery stores and stuff, and get them to be the marketing, like manage them. Because like, you know, if you give out free samples like they do in the supermarket, if you do that at a brothel, I mean, you're gonna knock it out of the park.
What they
You
could
know?
do in the carts, you know how they have pictures of these realtors on the carts?
Yeah.
Just have a picture of some hottie with a phone number. Like they give you
Yeah,
those
but you know,
cards in
you have
Vegas, right?
standing right there. It's like, you know, well,
Oh
is
yeah.
she in you know, is this the season for that kind? And, you know, is she in season? And let me see, let me feel to make sure that's ripe. And, you know, you get a little sample like they do. And then you make the choice.
It's
Like,
always
like the Netflix.
vagina season. Is vagina ever out of season? Like I don't think vagina's ever out of season. Maybe during the winter, like it
Well, yeah,
snows.
No,
that was
that's
the
where
joke. It's like, you know,
in the wintertime is when big vagina
Oh yeah,
is more prevalent.
it snows where you live, doesn't it? Or does it
not,
snow? Do you
So,
like?
you guys, so all the drugs are legal out there. We have, weed is legal here. It hasn't, it's still like the craze is still going on. Um,
There's one drug that's illegal here. It's called menthol cigarettes.
no, so you can shoot up dope, but you can't have a cool smoke.
You can't. Yeah, menthol cigarettes
They should
became
make that a
illegal.
motto.
Became illegal. Yeah. So weed is legal. Are you a big time pothead or?
No, no, I mean, because of my work and stuff, I used to love it, but not anymore. But I mean, I'm all for those who do it, but I'm gonna support those who do it. But it's like when you go to the city, it's just the vapors are everywhere. It's like it used to be the Big Apple, now it's like the baked apple, you know?
Debate
And
Are
it's
you,
like everybody's doing it. There were a group of nuns that tried to sell me a joint. They called themselves the Holy Rollers.
that.
I saw a freaking dude with a parrot on each, this dude like smoking a blunt, he had a parrot on each shoulder, and I was like, wow, that's like two birds with one stoner. There's like people all over the place like smoking weed. It's everywhere.
I mean, weed is like the best smell ever. You know, like
Yeah.
when I'm on the train that I take to come here. Sometimes the homeless people smell really bad, and I just light up a joint. You know, to hide the smell. I mean, are you like licensed? Do you get drug tested or
No, we don't really get drug tested.
are you
You know, we're
licensed?
doing it.
Do you gotta be
No,
licensed?
I've never been drug tested. I just, those, it makes me, it used to make me creative, but then I just sit around now. If I were to do it, last time I smoked it, I'm big into comic books, and I was just like I just sat there wondering things like the Fantastic Four. I was like, does the thing, when the thing gets scared, does he literally shit bricks and like, all this weird stuff that like goes nowhere. So I was like, I gotta phase this out. I'm no Seth Rogen. I can't really get much done when I'm stoned.
Well, you know the Native Americans used to take shit bricks and build houses out of them. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that I didn't know.
and when it would
Are you
like
sure?
burn down, you know, you could tell
Is that how they
that
got the term brick shit house or
you
like
could
what?
tell your house is burning down because it would smell like bad shit, you know. But
Really? I
don't
didn't know that.
I know? Yeah, like shit
some
has
shit.
been used for all kinds of stuff in the history. Like people don't realize
Shit,
Is that my house burning?
that would be a
is my house burning down that's made of shit. Okay.
that would be like a new
Interesting
rap
concept.
song. My shitty house is burning down.
Nice.
This Jay-Z talking about my new house. This shit.
I funny that Jay-Z got mad that Beyonce didn't win like the Grammy or whatever. Like, I mean, where's Kanye West to complain when Beyonce doesn't win? You know,
Oh, Kanye West is in Jerusalem hanging out with the Jews. You know how he loves the Jews.
is he really down there? I wouldn't be surprised. You know,
I don't
I
think so. I was kidding.
I like Kanye, but I think he went. I don't know if he went crazy or he decided like, let's see the craziest thing I can do. You know.
He's Trump's friend.
Actually, they say he has bipolar, so he's gets super manic, but he doesn't take his meds because when he takes his meds, it mellows him out, and he's not as creative.
You know, being
That's right.
bipolar is not an excuse for being racist, though.
No, absolutely
But
not. You know, I see patients all the time that are just a-holes. Nothing
you
can change that.
you deal with a lot of bipolar people at your job, don't you? Or
Bipolar, schizophrenia, all that stuff.
are
Yep.
there any people who like show up because they had too many edibles?
Well, yeah, with kids, some kids come in to eat edibles, and they're on cloud nine, and we got to help bring them down. Yeah, totally.
Edibles are deadly. I mean, edibles should be illegal and stuff, you know? They're like
Last time I tried an
they
edible, I
make
ended up
you
like sitting in a
fat.
corner drooling on myself for like 4 hours. Yes, that's no good.
Some edibles are really bad, like because you don't know how much you're getting, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember the first time I ate an edible, I could have ended up in the ER. I was freaked out. Like, I freaked out. My friend
You
gave
ever
me,
hear that video? You ever hear that video of the it's not edible, but it was like there was a huge fire and it burned this huge amount of weed. It was like a weed dealer's house and the house burned up and the cops and the firemen were there or something or something happened where no, a police officer and his wife accidentally ate a weed brownie and they thought they were dying and they called 911. They're like, "What's going on?" It's like, "Are you okay? Like, are you having any pain?" And they're like, "No, no, we're okay. It's just time is going really, really slow."
You talking about the cop in
In
Michigan?
dispatch.
The cop in Michigan, the one him and his wife ate all that weed, those weed brownies, and then he got
Yeah,
fired.
that's right.
Yeah, I don't know, like I like weed and I do concentrates and all that stuff, but the edibles, like, they're kind of like scary to me and stuff. And I the thing about it, yeah, like I'm not surprised. I've heard comedians talk about how they're like they experienced times where they thought they were gonna call the cops on themselves. Like one guy's like,
Yeah.
"Don't call the cops on yourself when you're on edibles." But
Yep.
because before they passed the law, you could buy edibles that were like 1,000 milligrams, like chocolates.
Sure.
It, actually, last Saturday I had some gummies that were mushroom gummies. Mushroom gummies.
Psilocybin?
Yeah, mushroom gummies. Yeah, that there's the city Oakland nearby. They decriminalized all psychedelics,
Wow.
DMT, mushrooms. So now you can go to a farmer's market and just basically buy mushrooms. Like, hey, can you do that in New York or?
No, I mean, if we did, we'd have to be careful making our salads, that's for sure. You have no intention. It's like portobello, uh, portobello, steak mushroom, shiitake. Fuck yeah. Which one should I put in my salad tonight? I'm gonna stay away from the one that's gonna get me all
It's
messed
surprising.
up.
I know like a black woman, she's in her 80s and she like sells like 11 different mushrooms.
For
And
real?
yeah, like I've had like mushroom chocolates. I've had all kinds of different mushroom treats. It's like the next thing. People actually do it thinking that it's gonna they microdose. That's like the new thing. It's just having a little bit of mushrooms at a time. Just a little bit. Not like me.
Microdose?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's over a whole day though. You're microdosing the whole day, not just a little bit, and then you just kick it. You keep going every couple hours.
Yeah, it's so
Uh,
weird. I had like one gummy bear that was like a mushroom, but even that stuff was strong enough that I started seeing like the street lights, the colors and stuff. But my best mushroom experience was my first time.
That sound like ecstasy.
I actually went to heaven. Like I was in heaven. I was in like a meeting room. I didn't see Jesus, but I was talking to some people in a meeting room my first time on mushrooms. I'll never forget it. They were telling me what my job was here, what I was supposed to do. It's bizarre, but like I've never heard anybody say that they were in a meeting room in heaven with before. I might have been the first one. I don't know. Maybe I'm like some angel. I don't know. But I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, my friend was driving on mushrooms. At one point, I was telling him like, let's just have some fun here. Like, let's just mess around with this car. But yeah,
wow.
mushrooms are not something you should play with.
No, definitely not.
No, you don't really. Have you been on mushrooms? I never asked you that. Have you done mushrooms or? You look scared now. That's why I'm like, what, what,
Me,
what did I get into? Are you?
I I tried them once. I tried them once and nothing happened.
Maybe. Did they taste really bad though?
They tasted well. I had them with Funyuns. They say you're supposed to eat them with Funyuns. So
Um,
I felt a little like warm, tingly kind of like but I wasn't seeing colors or anything. I did it with my buddy, my best friend. He was all over the place. He was flying. He was seeing colors. He was he was having a great time. I didn't get any. I don't know what it was. Maybe I'm immune. My wife did them years back before we met. When she was in college, and like she had lost concept of time. So she called up her mom. She's like, "Why are you calling me?" She's like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and she's like, my wife Peggy's like, that means nothing to me, mom. That means nothing to me. So she was like getting all like philosophical.
I did mushrooms. I went to see a Chinese movie in 3D. Mushrooms, foreign films, not a good idea because you're supposed to read the subtitles.
All right, were they
And
coming out of you?
yeah, I was high. I couldn't read. I was like freaking out. I left. It was an IMAX 3D. I mean, it was the huge IMAX 3D. It was like a Chinese movie. I think it came out like a year ago. It was like they were trying to find a new planet. No, they were living inside Middle Earth because I think the sun was coming. I don't know what the plot was because I was on mushrooms. But yeah, I would suggest 3D movies on mushrooms, especially foreign films, because like You can't read subtitles on mushrooms. I don't know. I don't
Definitely
know.
not, and definitely not porn. You'd be freaking out. Oh my God, it's coming right at me.
I saw Titanic in 3D. I was like, and then I expected like some frozen head to come at me or something, like knock me over, but I didn't see any of that. So, some of these 3D movies aren't even worth it, you know. It's not.
Oh yeah, last time I went to see a 3D movie was the 50th anniversary of, the 45th anniversary of Jaws, which is my favorite movie. So we went to see it in 3D, and it was amazing.
Yeah, Jaws is a
They
good
were,
movie, but
yeah, they were able to separate it. They were able to separate it so you could see like you heard things you never heard before. You saw things you never saw before. It was just amazing.
was the
Quint's
shark
one of
talking
my
to you?
favorite characters.
Was the shark talking to you during the movie? Like, why are you here? I'm just a mechanical shark. Why you waste your money on me?
Yeah, I helped feel my Quint because Quint's one of my impressions, so I had fun with that.
Oh, let me hear your impression.
Jesus H. Christ, Chief, what do you think you're doing down here? God damn it! You can't get any help no more, not 21 under 60. Farewell, avenue to you fair Spanish ladies. But now how do you call this goddamn thing? Anti-shark cage. Anti-shark cage.
What about
You
the
go
other
in the
guy?
water. He goes in the water. Shark goes in the water.
Oh
Shark.
yeah, that was like the dumbest thing at Universal Studios. With they would have the shark come out. Like it was dumb, you know.
Well, I think they wanted, Spielberg initially wanted the shark to pop up in the first 5 minutes, but because the shark never worked, they had to use the Hitchcock approach, which is basically suspense and showing like the point of view of the shark, which made it that much scarier.
Yeah, I've never seen a shark in the ocean. Have you?
Have you seen it on land?
Yeah, a couple of sharks.
Land shark.
I think I think there's a shark outside saying selling fentanyl to
Fish, so
people.
I've seen
Huh?
them. Sand sharks, tiger sharks, barred sharks.
Dude, my wife is Asian, and I was watching Jaws, and you know how because I like it's one of my favorite movies also. And the caption came up, after the shark attacks that chick, and it goes Jaws right on the screen. She walked past and goes, "You're so racist." I'm like, what are you talking about? Why are you watching a movie about Jews? I'm like, dummy, that's Jaws. What the hell's wrong with you?
I had a cartoon that once I drew. It's like a picture of like a Hasidic Jew with the curly hair and everything hanging down, and he's going straight up, and there's like a bagel on top instead of a person.
Well, that shark was circumcised, so.
Was
Really?
I was never circumcised actually.
I wasn't either. I wasn't either. I advertised
Well,
it,
supposed to, you know.
but women aren't like that excited about uncut dick. They're like, I need some uncut dick tonight. Where all the uncut dicks at? I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was never circumcised either. I never understood it. I know a woman who was circumcised though, some African woman. She was a comedian in the Bay Area,
I mean,
and she was circumcised. But I think that's kind of sexist that if women get circumcised, like we gotta have like a tribunal, we gotta arrest people. Oh, but men get circumcised every day. Whatever, you know.
but
Nobody cares.
they're
Nobody,
taking.
There's a lot of misinformation going on there, you know.
yeah.
Like they say, ignorance is bliss.
Risk.
I
I
think
thought it was
that,
take a second for that to. And I am circumcised. You think I had a choice when I was 8 days old?
the weird thing is they have a party and they do that live in front of other people. They circumcise the.
Of course. And
I
then
mean
everybody eats.
that's strange. I don't know if I want to see that. Like I'll
Well,
go
they don't
to
do
the
it.
party, but
It's not like everyone gathers around.
Circle
Procedure.
jerk.
They put a dropper of wine in your mouth to get you a nice buzz, and then
we got a
they chop
Zoom
they cut the end of your weenie off, and then life goes on.
video. Like we're gonna do a circumcision right now, and we're gonna do it on Zoom so all the family can look at you. I'm like, oh, this is strange. But yeah, if a woman gets circumcised, and it's evil. They're gonna.
Well, it is kind of evil because they're cutting off her clit.
Well, yeah. You're not
Her
supposed to
nerves
do a
and
clitoridectomy. That's barbaric.
right.
Yeah.
So it's basically they're taking away her pleasure, and it's all for men. That's horrible. But
That is horrible.
but if she does anal, there is another sensitive gland there, or that can have a orgasm from there. I heard that from these people that live in my building. Like,
You guys seem to know more about healthcare than I do.
oh, I know. My parents, or well, not parents, but most of the people in my family were nurses, doctors, unit secretaries, and all that stuff.
Oh, that's cool. And what about this? What about you?
Oh, me? I'm related to bankers. My dad was an engineer. My grandfather, he was a professional. He used to do circumcision on women, but that's a secret.
Not
I
Oh,
can't.
not,
I can't.
not
No,
anymore. The cat's out of the bag.
Literally.
Yeah.
I think it's still
It's out of
sexist
the
though.
bag.
I know it's wrong, but I think it's sexist that they make it a crime when you do it to a woman, but not a man. That's still sexist though. You agree with me, right?
No, not really.
They should at least let the kids choose, you know. They should let the boys do it on their own years later. I think it's wrong that they just decide they're gonna circumcise them.
I want an ant.
Well, that's true. That's an interesting point. You know, if you want to let the kid decide when he gets older, but if it's a religious thing, then that's a different story.
That is true, but I mean, does it really make a difference? I don't even know. I mean, I've only been uncut. I've never experienced what life is if I was circumcised. I mean, is it just religious or is it like, like in the Middle East where they have they wear all this clothing, they're all covered up. Is that really religious or the fact that they live in a desert and it's like 120 degrees, they need to be covered up, you know?
I mean, I think that mostly it's just religion. There's some sort of commandment in there. Yeah.
But was
And
it,
then they say it does increase sensitivity.
but were
You
they
get the
doing that
sensitivity when you're cut.
they must have been doing that like thousands of years
Minuteman.
even before Jesus was around, so, you know?
Well, yeah. Jesus wasn't the first Jew.
No, because they're on year 5,000. The Jews are on year 5,000 something, and we're on year 2,000. I mean, why the hell do they get more years than we do? You know?
And that's just when they came. I guess when the Hebrews came to be. I don't know the whole backstory to it.
I know the
Uh,
Chinese are on year 5,000, but we're like on year 2,000. Is it that we're so dumb we can't count to 5,000?
No, we're all, we're all, we Jews, we're all about numbers. We gotta have better numbers than you. 5,000 versus 2,000. We need to be up by 3 grand.
That is true. Were you like rooting for Israel in the World Baseball Classic?
I didn't even know Israel was in there. We're not too good at sports.
Yeah, they were in there and stuff. Yeah, Italy was in it too. Mike Piazza was their manager. Like he's not Italian.
Really?
He was a
Mi-
yeah.
Mike
They
Piazza was the manager.
he was the manager of the Italian team, and they actually played. No, they were okay, but yeah, he was the manager of. I think Tommy Lasorda was no, he managed the American team one day, but Mike Piazza managed the Italian team. I think it's just
Wow.
I don't know. I mean, Piazza is an Italian name, you know. My
Oh,
last
he's
name's
definitely
Italian, huh?
he's definitely Italian.
Yeah, but yeah, the World Baseball Classic is weird, like
Yeah, it's like, it doesn't have the same goal,
they rig
double,
it for the American
home
team, yeah.
run.
Yeah, they
Doesn't have
should
the same
do
ring
that.
run.
Like yell something. Like, home run, home run.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm an Angels fan. I'm not down with all these Angel players doing well. And then when the season starts, they're gonna suck again. I'm not down with that. Otani and Mike Trout, like you got 7 players on the Angels in the World Baseball Classic. Why are you so bad? Why are you so bad?
So do you think
We're
the
the Yankees,
professional
man.
players should be in the baseball classic, or they should just use the scrubs and stuff from
Oh
the
no,
minor
the
leagues?
the World Baseball Classic was made for the professional players. It's run by Major League Baseball. It's not like a World Cup, you know. It's
Yeah, but didn't one of those guys hurt himself celebrating, jumping up and down? He blew out his knee.
Hey, but that's the thing. I
He's an
mean,
Angels player, right?
no, he wasn't an
Oh.
Angels player. He was on the Mets. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, don't celebrate until you win the gold medal. That's what they should tell you. Don't be celebrating. You want a playoff game. Who cares? You only celebrate when you got the champagne all over you, you know, or you got the juice on top of you, you know.
Dude, OJ?
Yeah, like don't be celebrating until you have to celebrate. That's the way I do it, you know. Don't pre-celebrate. It's like pre-cum, you know.
That's like now that
Oh,
dude's
yeah.
out for the season.
Pre-cum, you know. Don't do it until it's like boom, you know. Until boom, you want it all, damn it.
Okay.
There was a one guy got hit yesterday. One of the Houston Astros got hit in the World Baseball Classic. You're not. I don't think you're a sports fan. I don't think. Hey, you told me you don't like sports, do you?
Me? I mean, it's not that I don't like them. I just don't follow them as closely as others do. I'm a lifelong Yankee fan, so I share your pain in that, you got a multi-billion-dollar corporation that can't produce in the off season.
Well, you know that is true. I went to the same university as a judge.
Did you really?
Yeah, I went to Fresno State. Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
we won a national
So,
championship years ago in baseball.
that's cool, man.
Yeah, we got a bunch of players in the major leagues.
Nice.
Yeah, but yeah,
What do you do for a 9 to 5?
I'm a comedian. I do a podcast for money.
Wow, that's awesome.
No, actually, I'm on disability.
Oh,
I'm on disability, you know, because the government decided that I should have free time to do podcasts and do open mics, you know. But I don't
I guess
get
I wasn't. I guess I wasn't home the day the government called me for
No
that.
kidding, I missed that trip.
I don't get a lot of money because I never really paid into Social Security. There's two different systems. You either pay into Social Security, meaning you have a job for years and they take money out of your paycheck that goes into Social Security, and then there's me, people who never paid it.
There's you.
There's me, people
Okay.
like me, which is like we had jobs, but we had jobs, you know. Like I had jobs, but I ain't had
Yeah.
job. But you never know. You might see me in your hospital one day, you know. There's always
Oh,
hope.
yeah.
There's always hope.
I'll make sure.
I end up in
Yeah,
a psychiatric hospital.
I'll make sure to take good care of it.
Yeah, when I'll be out there when they do when they look for the gopher to see the winners. The winners pick. What's your town famous? Isn't your town famous for something though?
Massapequa?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld and the Baldwin brothers.
Oh yeah. Well, there's always reasons why that is scary and stuff. The
We
Baldwin
took
bro
that like about half hour ago.
the Baldwin brothers are weird. There's like five of them, isn't there? Like
Yep.
they all look
There's a,
alike. None of them can act. You know, except
well,
Alec.
Alec Baldwin's really good.
Did you
Isn't
ever?
there a girl too? A girl Baldwin?
I don't know.
There's a couple of bald women, but I don't know.
Not bald women.
Oh.
I said-
Bald women.
I thought you went to bald women. Like, where's the bald women? I heard bald and women. I'm like,
See, you trying to talk about Jada Pinkett again, and you're gonna have Will Smith
Yeah,
come.
I was gonna say,
Will gonna come here and slap your ass, Chris, and say, "Keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth."
I don't
wow, that's
know.
really good. You're good.
There was a weird rumor about the Oscars that Pfizer actually was one of the people who sponsored the Oscars, and a couple months later they came out with a drug for the bald.
For getting slapped.
For the
For
what is that?
Propecia?
Yeah,
Propecia?
they came out a drug for that, for that, and it's like there
Right.
was a there was a weird rumor about that. You work in a hospital. Do they have a drug for that stuff now, or
For what?
for
Propecia.
for being bald?
It's
You know?
called slap
Yeah.
preventer.
Well, they have medications you could get through prescription, but the latest is like through stem cell research. Now they're able to create stem cells from fat cells, and through that, there's going to be a lot of possibilities. So like we're on the forefront of a lot of like really good changes in terms of science.
Yeah, stem cells are like the newest thing. I know a lot of pro athletes go to Germany when they
Kobe
break
did
their
that.
yeah, when they break their leg, they go to Germany because you can actually put stem cells in your body. In Mexico too, a lot of former athletes go to Mexico, but in America we don't deal with the stem cells very well.
Not yet, but we will. You gotta keep up.
I'm excited because I got a lot of fat cells, so I got a lot of fat cells I'm willing to sell for
So do I.
anybody.
So do I, my friend.
If anybody needs fat cells to study, I got a bunch of them. I'm willing to donate to science and stuff.
Y'all gonna get human traffic. They're gonna be looking for fat people. Y'all gonna come up missing.
Guys, I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you have the time? Because I have that meeting, I have a meeting with my writer at 5.
Yep. Yep. It's 2:00.
It's only 2 o'clock. You got like 3 hours until
He's in New York.
I'm just
No, my
kidding.
fault.
Yeah, it's like 2:05. So yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
you were
Guys,
supposed to
it's
be
been
only
great.
for
I really
the.
thank you. I'd love to come on again if you guys let me. It was great meeting you. I apologize again. I would love to stay, however,
it's
have a
cool.
meeting with.
If you're ever in
June.
town, hit us up. If you ever come down to San Francisco.
What's your social where we can check out your comedy?
Oh yeah, you got a website, don't you? What's your website?
www.joshshafercomedy.com. JOSHSHAFFER.
And if you ever need a comic book character that mumbles a lot, like "Big that baby, good that baby," like the Cosby Show. "Blah, blah, 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 blah," I'm the guy.
Sounds good.
I'm a great mumbler. And blah, 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 blah.
I'll listen. In a few weeks, we might have an update. I'll let you guys know.
Oh yeah, let us know what's going on. I'm excited and stuff.
Great.
Thank you for
Thank you
being
so much, guys. I
on.
really appreciate your time.
All right. Nice to meet you, Josh.
See you
You have a
later.
good
Nice
one.
to meet you too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I try to get one of my cousins on this show.
Deuces. You can hang up.
He does kind of look like Ricky Luna. Ricky got really fat.
Yeah, a little bit. Like Rick Luna.
I don't know why Ricky said he was gonna be on this show, but I don't know what happened. I don't know.
I gotta find out how to hang him up.
That was a fun show. Yeah, it's crazy. Like the people, I'm Facebook friends with a lot of people, and I always wonder like if I'm gonna meet everybody that I'm Facebook friends with. And yeah, Josh is like working at a mental hospital gotta be really depressing now.
That's gotta be challenging.
I know.
Seeing people batshit crazy every day.
You get
Running
free
into-
drugs though.
Running into the wall.
Oh, yeah, it must be really. Some people really need like. I think they shut down all the mental hospitals in California. Like,
Yeah, they did. Reagan did that back in '81 when he first became president. Put them all out on the streets. That's why you ever see Skid Row down in LA?
oh yeah,
Those are all mental patients and hospital patients that they even a couple months ago they saw Cedar Sinai dropping off patients on Skid Row, and they were still in their gowns and stuff too. Man, that was kind of
actually, a lot of cities used to take their homeless drug addicts and drop them off in San Francisco.
yeah. They used to bring them up here
Yeah.
from Stockton, Tracy. Madera, they used to bring them all up here, drop them off, and
Fresno, you fail out of Fresno State. They put you on a bus and ship you to San Francisco. That is crazy. It's crazy to see like the amount of like right outside the door. It's kind of weird. There's like a whole group of people. I think they're on drugs or they're doing something. But I thought one of them was calling my name, which was really weird. I wouldn't be surprised if I know some of those people, man. Like, oh, Chris.
You walk past as your high school ex-girlfriend and stuff.
I finally suck your dick. Oh, man. That'd be hella exciting. I would have to ask her for the yearbook,
So you can make sure
I can verify. Verify.
she's down here. You got your camera. She used to look better.
Yeah. I ran into somebody in my high school. She used to work at a Barnes and Noble. And she's like some blonde. And I was like, she said, I went to high school with you. I'm like, oh, damn, I did go to high school with you. And I was kind of surprised. But yeah, I don't run into, like, in fact, I don't even know many people. The only person I talked to that I went to high school with actually got thrown out of my high school. And he refuses to admit to people we went to high school together because he got thrown out.
Embarrassed.
He used to bully me in high school, and now he still bullies me. He runs a raffle at the farm market, the stuff I go to every Saturday. His name is Wiggles. He's like a DJ.
Wow.
And he still kind of bullies me. Like I remember him bullying me back in the day, and I'm like Don't bully me because I'm a graduate. I graduated.
Oh, that's messed up, but funny.
I know.
See?
I tell people that like because my high school had a park right next to it where all the potheads would be, right? I kind of lucked out. I wasn't doing weed in high school. I would have been there, but it's like easy to bust you. We all know where they were, you know. They're at the fucking park smoking weed. So he got thrown out. He had to go to continuation school. There was like a reunion, and I tried to get him to go with me. Like, let's go. Let's just
I
let's
didn't
not
graduate.
let's not even pay. I'm like, you can go. You can go if you don't graduate. You know, you can go. Nobody says you have to graduate to show up to a reunion. You know.
No, you don't have to be a prom person and go to prom.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Cause hell, when we had prom, this girl brought her 20-year-old boyfriend. Like, dude, you going to jail.
Yeah, there was some women who showed up with college dudes. You know, like it was really. Those were the sophisticated ones. You know, like you knew that they were like way out. They're like been dating college guys since I was like 12 years old. I'm like, that is illegal and shit, you know.
Yeah, in all 50 states. Well, except for in the South, you know, you can marry a girl that's 12 years old. Damn pedophiles.
Yeah.
Alabama, Mississippi. That's why they don't want to change the abortion laws down there because all those guys are banging those young kids and stuff, and they get them knocked up and go, "Oh, I got me another little thing that I'm gonna have incest with."
I have a question about the abortion pill. Does that thing really even work? Or do they even know if it works?
I don't know. We gotta get some girl to try it.
Because how do they know? I mean, if you think you might be pregnant, but you gotta do it within like 2 days, right?
Yeah, if you gotta knock somebody up or try to knock somebody up, and then hey, here, take this pill.
I mean, how do you know it actually worked? I mean,
Well, 9 months if she ain't going, hey, it's yours.
but if you think you got pregnant, but you gotta do it like I think a day or two right after you think you got pregnant. But how, what I'm saying is,
It's the morning after pill, so you gotta do the morning after.
yeah, what I'm saying is, how do they know that stuff works? You know,
I don't know. Hey, if there's anybody out there that tried the abortion pill, get in touch with JunkYard Rat so we can find out if it worked or not.
the number here is 415. Is it 737?
757-0676. So call in the studio lines right now and tell us if you used the abortion pill, if it worked or not. We want to know if it's fake news or if it's real.
Yeah, what I'm wondering is, how do you know it worked? You know, how do you know? I mean, how do you know it works?
Yeah, because you never know who's giving out. It could be some Republicans selling those
Yeah,
pills,
I mean,
and it could be a placebo. Or like a friend of mine that really, you know, had this $1 million body and couldn't really talk. He called it a placebo.
what if you used it and you got pregnant anyway? Like,
Could you sue?
you probably could sue. I don't know. I mean, who would you sue? Like, and it's like you got to go to the pharmacy or the weirdest thing is that they try and mail it to your house. It's
In-
not like an extra
In a
day,
non-discreet box.
but that's like an extra day or two.
That's right. There's a whole. So you'll be pregnant by the time you get the pill. It'll
Yeah.
be too late.
I mean, that's all I'm wondering is like, do they know this stuff really works? I
Unless
mean,
you're premeditated getting pregnant.
yeah. I
Say I'm
mean,
gonna be pregnant tomorrow.
you forgot to pull out. There's one like
Weekends for when you go to the nightclubs and they go home with some dude.
that's the weirdest thing on like the porn stars. They're like, would you like pull out or will you breed me? Huh? That's like the weirdest thing. Like porn stars asking to get breeded. Like, oh yeah.
Porn stars are people too. They want
I
kids,
know, but it's like
but they have kids with dents in
I never looked at porn. I thought I want to knock that one up. You know, like that wasn't my intention. You know?
Dude. I tell you, I see whenever I'm down in Southern California at my sister-in-law's house, if I'm doing comedy down there, there's a place called Vivid. It's right in Chatsworth. They're the porn capital of the world.
Oh yeah.
I sit in Starbucks and watch these chicks come in all the time going, I rub one out to her, I rub one out to her, I rub one out to her, I rub one out to them, I rub one out to them, that group. So, yep. And every time they come in, I'm smiling. For you,
Oh yeah.
I watch you for about 2 minutes.
Do they try and charge you? Like I see you looking at me. You can buy me like the refrigerator I asked for. You know.
Well, these are real porn stars. These aren't OnlyFans chicks.
Oh yeah.
These chicks got money.
I like their Amazon list, like I'm looking for lingerie, or one of them said I need a new bra. I want you to buy me a new bra. I'm like, go buy your own bra.
Don't you make enough money on this? Go buy a bra.
Go to Target. Go buy a bra at Target. Like I'm gonna buy you a bra. Does that or the women that sell like their used panties? Like I don't know about that. How do we know you actually wore it? Do they take a picture?
We're pulling out. What if it's got like those little yellow stuff right in the little? That's disgusting.
Yeah.
I put it on and rub one out.
Yeah, the whole abortion pill is like, how do they know? I mean, they must have done studies on it, but did they have women try and get pregnant so they could just study it?
But if it's supposed to kill a fetus, why doesn't it kill you too if it's killing something? How
It
does it
might.
know where to go?
It might kill you later on. It might kill you 10 years from now or something.
Is the abortion pill a smart pill? That's another question we want to know about. Call us in the studio and
Yeah.
area code 415-757-0676 if you have the answer to that.
Yeah, if you use the abortion pill and you got pregnant, let us know. Let us know anything. Why can't anybody call up?
And who's the manufacturer of it? Is it Republican based or Democratic based?
I don't know who makes there's gotta be more than one abortion pill. Like I don't know. I would carry around I just carry like a bunch of candies, like this is the abortion pill.
But how do they know it works for everybody? How's it one pill fits all?
I don't even know. It's really weird. It's like, and how Gavin Newsom decided to cancel the contract with Walgreens because they refused to send the abortion pill in states that they couldn't legally do it. I mean,
That's dumb.
I mean, why can't Gavin like let's just stick to California? You
Yeah,
don't have
worry
the
about
right.
what's here.
Yeah, you don't have the right to dictate what happens in other states. Like Gavin's really getting involved in all kinds of, just stick to California, damn it. Stick to making pink razors the same price as black razors.
Yeah, no shit.
That's a real law. They said that the pink razors
Should be the same price as the
yeah, anything pink. Like the pink CDs cost more than CDs of like Elton John because she was pink. It costed more. I swear, I never really thought that. I never really bought pink razors, so I never really looked at the prices. I never realized that was actually a thing. Like
yeah.
or the whole thing about taxing like period stuff or periods. Like
Yep.
you can't tax that. You can't tax period stuff.
Yeah, Tampax and all those people are gonna be pissed because they can't get that extra revenue.
Yeah, it's like all these things that happen, like they're really weird. Or they made furs illegal in California.
Yeah, that's stupid. Why can't you shoot an animal to keep warm? What if you're an
Yeah,
Eskimo moving here and they wear fur, you know? Oh, it's the animals. Well, if their animals reproduce, I mean, there's some tribes in Africa that still wear people skin.
I would never wear fake fur because I don't like fake people, fake furs.
Where'd you get the fake animal?
I don't even like the whole thing about these porn stars doing like fake booties.
Oh, the Brazilian, they call them Brazilians?
Yeah, I'm not like no. We don't just eat food. Just eat a lot of. You want to
Work out.
work out. Eat
Just
a lot of
squats.
food. Don't get like because that's bizarre. Like you gotta, especially women that have like a booty that is like a mile long.
Yeah, that's disgusting. You got cups, beer, and all that shit on their booty while they're walking around. And they think it's cute. What's going to happen when you turn 40, 50? Gravity sets in and all that shit drops. That's like the girls that have a nice perky titties, when you see them in their 20s and 30s, but then you see them in their 40s and 50s, their titties are like knee bags.
Yeah, I mean putting silicone in your body. I mean that's just plain stupid. I'm all down for fake titties and fake everything, but I just eat a lot of go to McDonald's every day.
Yeah, I mean, why be fake when you could be natural?
No, you want big boobs, just go to McDonald's every day. eat a
Okay.
bunch of hamburgers and just eat fast food, your boobs are gonna grow. I mean,
I think you'll agree with me on this. If they're gonna get, all right, so they go out and get big boobs, they go out and get a Brazilian, they do all this work to themselves, but if we say anything, we get canceled.
yeah,
So who are they doing it for?
you can't even
You
judge
can't.
it.
Ooh, nice booty. I'm gonna cancel you. You know what the hell? So
Yeah.
you're doing all this work to change your body for who? Because you're not doing it for yourself. Because if you were doing it for yourself, you just keep your ass at home and look in the mirror. But no, y'all walking down the street. I mean, even if a brother say, you know what, I'm gonna say hi to every woman just to let them know that we care. I did that stuff, man. This broad grabbed her purse and went the other way. This white lady looked at me and like, what's wrong with you? And a sister, out of all of them, hey, sweetheart, how you doing? I ain't your sweetheart, motherfucker. I'm like, oh, damn, I'm just trying to tell you have a nice day.
Yeah, I live in a senior community, and I take a little bus that takes me to a bar,
Mm-hmm.
and these women, like, they were headed for the airport. They had their luggage. I'm not even gonna help them with their luggage because these days you can't.
You can't.
You like, can I carry that for you? They're like,
You're
no.
trying to rob me. You're trying to rob me. You're not black, but you're still trying to rob me.
You carry your own luggage. My first job at Great America. I made the mistake of some woman pissed me off that I worked with. I made the mistake of saying that she was on her period. You know.
Oh, God.
And back then they couldn't fire you for that. They just say, "Hey man," they just take you outside. But these days they'll can you for that stuff. It's like they'll can you for you. They will come after you for anything. Like I have somebody who posts some tweets I put out 5 years ago. I don't even remember. Just random one day, like okay, yeah, I wrote that, you know. But I am a comedian, and sometimes I put stuff in there just to see if it works, you know. And people don't realize that. I don't think that people have the right to judge what you do on Twitter.
Oh, they're going to judge everything.
Yeah.
You-
Not everything I write is like I'm not writing a book. This is not a historical book I'm writing. I'm not a professor, you know. Just 'cause I write stuff, you know. I put some stuff just to piss people off. Like they had the women's PGA was in Pebble Beach, and I'm like,
Yeah,
why do they allow women to play at Pebble Beach? You know?
they don't have pebbles.
No, they don't got pebbles, you know? Like, but yeah, it's like people get mad at the stupidest things, and the stuff that I do think they should be mad at, they're not even mad at, you know?
No, what people should be mad about is how much taxes we're being charged.
Oh yeah.
Because the middle class like us, we're paying more in taxes than you rich people. Rich people pay about 2% in taxes, and the average person pays about 50% in taxes.
Yeah.
You got federal, state, SSI, you get all this stuff. And what do they do with it? Nothing. Line their pockets. I mean, there is no work being done in the streets. You drive down the street, fucking mail hole, boom, drive right in it.
Oh yeah.
Some property taxes is outrageous. Like I just bought a house and out in fucking El Sobrante, and the taxes for that is like, wait a minute, how could the taxes be this much? I mean, it is outrageous. Where is this money going? What are you guys doing with this money?
And if you sell your house and you buy a smaller house, then they tax the shit out of you.
Even more.
You know, it's like you can't even like move down. Like they're gonna punish you. Like I need a smaller house. Well, you're gonna have to pay 70% in taxes. Like, I mean, is it a business thing just to keep both houses so you don't have to be taxed on it for selling it?
Have to. You got to get up in that Bezos money where they go, oh, Chris, we like you so much now. What else are you gonna buy? Or are you gonna open up a new business, Chris, and make all these people work for you so that we can get more income from them and not you? That's what it is, man.
Yeah, they tax you on everything. And the other thing is, why we got so many police departments? We got county police, we got city police, we got state police, we
federal
got
police,
federal police, we got university police. I'm like, we just got
you got security police.
Security, we got so many damn police. And the rich people, after all the police, the rich people have to hire security companies on top of it just to patrol the streets, you know.
Or their neighborhoods.
Their neighborhoods, yeah, we got security where we live, but we don't really have a crime problem. But there is a lot of police, and a lot of them they do have to give out tickets. It's mandatory
Oh yeah,
to
end of
keep
the
their
month,
jobs. Yeah,
first, 15th, and the 29th.
yeah. I mean, the whole defund the police, it didn't work because you had to pay people just to keep the defund the police campaign going. You can't. You want to defund the police, you got to pay people just to get that stuff going. And it's like, it's crazy, but
It's like a startup.
who they, I don't even know why would anybody really want to defund the police. I don't want to defund the police, but I do think we got too many police.
You know, they want to defund the police because they're not getting what they want. You
Yeah.
know, oh, you're pulling over black people all the time. You're pulling over Hispanic people all the time. You're doing this to the minorities. They've been doing that since the dawn of time. So it's gonna keep happening, and you're gonna keep whining about it. It's like the mass shootings, these school shootings. They could solve these school shootings, take away the guns.
Yeah.
But then you got the NRA. Oh, we got the right to bear arms. If you're stupid and you got a gun, because smart people don't kill people
No.
unless they're Murdoch, that lawyer that killed his family and then lied about it. But it's stupid people that go out and shoot people. It's these guys that can't take an ass whooping. That's who goes out and shoot people. Because if somebody, it's usually somebody, oh, well, they jumped me at a bar. And then what do? They go back and shoot up the whole bar.
Well,
Learn how to fight.
these new guns, they come up with GPS. The guns have GPS in them.
The new ones, that's what they're talking about, putting a GPS chip in there, and they're talking about it's going to be too expensive to coat the bullets to where it can be tracked back to the gun it was shot from.
Oh, really? Because I'm thinking if you put a GPS, you could make the gun not work. If you go into like a school zone.
Yeah, but then you got to have somebody at the computer going, okay, this gun is on the move. Where is it at? Oh, Franklin Elementary. But that would be smart.
The whole ghost gun thing is like, I've never seen a ghost with a gun. I don't know. I never seen Casper.
Pull out.
Casper's
Yeah.
not.
Boo, bitches, boo.
Yeah. And like, what are they talking about? Like, you can make a gun on your computer?
Yeah, the 3D printers.
Like,
But-
what the hell is a 3D print? I've never seen
A
it.
3D printer is where I can take this microphone and put it into the computer and it will print me out another one, just not with all the hardware inside.
Oh, okay.
But they're talking about those guns, the ghost guns are untraceable. You can also put a watermark in the computer or in the printer that tells you where it came from. They
Yeah.
do watermarks in money. You know, why can't they put a watermark inside? And if anybody uses that, I want 10% of the money. And Chris wants the other 10%. So we want 20% if anybody's going to take that idea and run with it because we got to get paid.
Well, the guy who killed the former Japanese prime minister,
He had a ghost gun.
he built his own gun. I mean,
He might have built the printer that made the gun.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you could ban guns, and some motherfucker's he's gonna build a gun. He's not crazy. But I'm like, you don't need a gun to kill people. They've been killing people for millions of years before there were guns, you know?
Exactly.
They got knives, swords,
Dinosaurs.
dinosaurs. I mean, you could stick a dinosaur on it, like, but it's like the whole gun control thing is like, I've never
That's the
been,
whole thing. Gun control.
I've never been comfortable with the idea that only the police have guns, you know? I mean, I understand why people freak out over gun control, but I'm like, and the other thing is, 70% of the guns come out of America in the world.
Yeah, but if you notice, all the shootings started back once the assault rifle ban was lifted back in 2001 with Bush. That's when all the mass shootings started popping up.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. In the 70s, 80s, how many mass shootings did you see?
Not many.
Back in the 70s and 80s, what were people getting killed with? Knives, baseball bats, and beaten up.
Yeah.
No, it was hardly any shootings. If you heard of a shooting, it was very rare. Or it was a police shooting someone. Or someone shooting the police at, in self-defense or some shit like that. But you didn't see all that. But now, since these Republicans and everybody think that we have the right to do everything we want to do. No, we don't. There's got to be law and order somewhere. You got to have someone to tell you, hey, you can't do that shit. You can't kick that Chinese lady down the street because she's Chinese. Stop that shit. It's dumb.
I remember in Las Vegas in the airport, they used to advertise that you could go you shoot an Uzi.
Yeah, at their gun ranges in Vegas.
Yeah, and you can legally buy that stuff all there. It's like it is crazy, but yeah, the whole assault rifle, I never understood why they needed them. But the main
They
reason
said
that
for hunting.
well, the main reason the main reason there are assault rifles is because we sell it to militaries all over the world, and sometimes they need to be tested, you know.
Could you
But
imagine going hunting with a fucking submachine gun?
I would like
Hey, there's a deer. That deer must be Swiss now.
there's some turkeys walking around where I live. I would just I'll take a bow and arrow and just shoot at them for fun, but like I could get
But you know, you can
arrested.
trace a bow and arrow.
They
You
can
can chase
they,
an arrow.
they
On the back of your arrow, there's a barcode that you can go back to, say Dick's Sporting Goods. They can hit that barcode and go, oh, Chris Sherpacazzi bought this. That's fucking crazy, but they can't do it with guns
they can. They
if
just
they want to.
I mean the whole ghost gun thing it's a game changer, but it's like if people are gonna build their own guns, like how can we stop that? You know, I mean, I never try to build a gun, but it can't be that hard to build a gun. You could I mean you could probably go to some sporting goods store and
Buy
buy
parts.
buy parts. I didn't even know you could buy like rifles at Walmart, not Walmart. I
Yeah,
mean, I didn't
they got a
realize.
sport hunting section.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that you could do that. I don't. My family, we weren't gun owners. We didn't do any of that stuff. But
Well, my family, we hunted. You know, well, I still kind of hunt now, but you know, my family was outdoors people, and we owned a gun shop. You know, when I was growing up, with my brother-in-law had a gun shop, and you know, we
out
know
here in the Bay
no,
Area.
no, in Wisconsin,
Oh, okay.
but you know, you don't hear about all this. Well, you do now, like I said, but back in the day when I was growing up, I knew not to touch my dad's guns
Yeah.
because he kicked my ass. These kids nowadays, they go in their parents' gun cabinets and do all kind of shit and go buy them themselves because they have no consequences.
Yeah, like a 6-year-old shows up with a gun. I mean,
Didn't a 6-year-old just shoot his teacher or something?
yeah.
Man, where are the parents? I would beat the shit out of the parents. Those are the ones that need their asses whooped. Is the parents.
Even gangs, the gangs are like they have the 15-year-old carry the gun, you know.
Yeah, because they can't go to jail.
Because you know they just give them a ticket. They're like, come back for the gun next week. You know, it's like it's crazy, but it's like yeah, we have all these laws, and it's just crazy how people just work around it. You know, but
Would you agree if a 15-year-old or a minority, or not a minority, but what are those fucking kids? Youth is
Mhm.
caught with a gun. Do you think they should be tried as an adult? Because the argument is, well, they don't know no better.
I don't know. You're a teenager, you know better. You know,
Exactly.
you know better. You're carrying a gun, like.
Well, he had the gun. He didn't know it was gonna shoot 13 people. Really?
I was at a sesh and they have they have their own security people and one guy was playing around with a gun. He was like drunk and high, just playing with his gun. It's like children, you know.
Yeah.
That's the trouble. Like we got children with these guns. I mean, a lot of vendors carry weapons because they have to, but yeah, at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, what can you do? We can't. I mean, a lot of these, like the gangs, you know, a lot of these people were related. You know,
Yeah.
their
Most of them.
parents were in the gang, their grandparents were in the gang, they're in the
It's like a
gang.
pass me down.
Yeah, it's
They
like,
inherit it.
you know, and it's like, but I never really been comfortable with gun control. Anything, you know, and like we have a 1 or 2 week waiting period for guns. And these people wait 2 weeks and go kill people anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I can wait.
and I can wait. Like I got 2 weeks to do nothing, you know. Like, and
But you're from Chile, right?
yeah. I
Do
mean,
they? What's the guns like there? What's the gun laws?
oh, there's not many guns in Chile. You can't have a gun.
What?
Like most foreign countries, people can't have guns. You
Yeah,
know,
you can't have a gun in China,
they
Japan.
catch you with a gun, they put you in jail. There's no. There's no questions asked, you know. I mean, rifle is probably different because of hunting, but you have a
Handgun.
gun, you know. But in some states in Arizona, you can go to a presidential rally carrying a goddamn machine gun if you want.
Oh
And
yeah, that's
they can't do
crazy.
anything about it. It's legal as long as you carry it. And I think that's the difference between guns and rifles is that you can't hide a rifle, but it's like, yeah, gun control. I don't. It's not really guns. It's the bullets that are a problem, you know.
Bullet control
We need bullet control.
and dumb people control.
Yeah, dumb people control. Like, but if you know enough to build your own gun, like how are we gonna stop you from building a gun? We can't really do that and stuff, you know. But you know,
They're trying to stop them from building a gun.
comedians shouldn't have guns, though. You know.
We can't afford them. I don't know. Not well. I have
How much are guns? You know, I've never seen like a gun store in the Bay Area. What do they have gun stores in the Bay Area?
Actually, there's one in I want to say Castro Valley on Mission.
Oh, okay.
There's another one in I would say San Mateo, and there's another one in we used to go shoot at down right off of Milpitas. So there's a few shooting spots,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, but you can bring your own gun, but you have to have it locked up. You have to have the papers. It has to be registered.
Oh yeah.
You know, you can't go in there with a Uzi and go, I want to shoot this. But they also have guns that you can, you know, rent or just you know, go in and shoot. You know, hey, I want to buy a gun. Let me try this, and this. And all.
I can't lie. I mean, if I had money, I would love to go shoot an Uzi in Vegas one day. Like, not own an Uzi, but I wouldn't mind just trying it out, see what the hell it's like. But I never did it. But it's like, yeah, it's and the weird thing is this is the thing I love about America is the states have different laws. Choose your state, you know.
Yeah.
This whole idea that every state's got to be the same. I mean, why can't we just have different states for different people, you know? Like, you know, California is one thing, Florida is another. You know, just because we both got Disney, that doesn't mean we're the same.
Exactly.
You know, the East Coast, the beaches are one way. The beaches in the West Coast are facing the other way. There are differences and stuff.
But if you think about it, they actually pay for each other. Because if you go all the way around this way and you go all the way around this way, you're still going to end up in the same spot.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. This world, dude, is either we need to grow up and come together because all this Republican, Democratic, independent shit. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all still people, and that's what nobody even thinks about. We're still people.
Well, I know people who refuse to even join social media because of their job, you know, and even then it's like even social media is getting weaponized on people, you
Yeah,
know.
that's true. You're
You,
right.
I got a friend who keeps getting jobs and she like badmouths her employees on social media, talk shit about all of them on Facebook. Like, I'm like, how do you keep getting jobs? You know, I don't want to mention her name, but
She gets them, lose them, gets them, lose them, gets them, lose
but
them.
she's under contract, so
Oh, she won't let that.
she's under contract for like a year or two. So, but yeah, once in a while they do, and the whole techie industry is like, there's so many people who keep getting laid off from these techie firms.
Yeah,
It's crazy, you know. My dad was an engineer, and he would get laid off every couple of years. It was like it was almost devastating. I grew up with it.
that's like a forced vacation.
Yeah, and like you know, and he would have a good job, and the older you get as an engineer, the harder it is. He got an MBA, and then they realized that, well, you don't want to be an engineer anymore. You must want to go to management. We're gonna fire you. You know, only in America do they fire you if you get like a master's degree. Like, oh, you think you're better than us because you just
That's what it is. You
yeah,
know,
you went and got a master's degree. What a
you spent more time in school.
yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, it's like it's crazy, but that's how it is. My dad had 2 master's degrees from Stanford, and at one point he couldn't get hired. He ended up his last job. He worked for the county of Santa Clara. That's all.
Wow.
And he had to fight for that job.
I bet you they told him he was overqualified.
Oh yeah, they did that to him for years, and he managed to get like 10 years in, so he got his pension.
Yeah, that's smart.
But they retired him one day. One day they called my brother up. They were trying to find me, but they called my brother up. They're gonna have a retirement party for him. My dad didn't even know. Like, I mean,
When did I retire?
my dad's like, "What do you mean? I'm not gonna retire." Well, no, they retired you. Goddamn it, you gotta go.
That's crazy. You
You
go to
gotta
work
go.
and you, where's my cubicle? What the?
Yeah, they retired him. Like,
What's these balloons for? Retirement?
they retired him.
Who's retiring? You.
In America, they retire you. They don't give a fuck. You know? And this is the county. He was union,
Wow.
and my
You
stepmom.
didn't do anything?
Well, I mean, my stepmom still works for the county, but they live in San Diego now. She like works through the computer, but yeah, they keep working just trying to get that pension, but
Wow. That's crazy.
but yeah, it's like they retired him, but they said he was overqualified, all that stuff, and it's like my dad, I mean, and that's the trouble in America is like, as soon as if you're in your job and you're not hitting management at one point, you're on your way out. Like they just don't care.
Yeah. If you're not in management, they don't want you there anymore.
Yeah.
You're not gonna give us all your blood, sweat, and tears? Fine.
No.
Beat it.
And that whole thing is like they put you under salary and they expect you to work like 20-hour
Oh
days.
my God, yeah.
Like under salary means you're gonna work 16 hours and we're not gonna give you any overtime. Like, oh.
You're supposed to get a bonus
Oh.
at the end of the month, but the bonus gets taxed, 50%. And then at the end of the year, when you do taxes, it get taxed again.
Yeah.
So you get taxed 50% because when I used to work at Wheelworks, my biggest bonus check was $22,000.
Yeah.
I had made that in a month. When I got my bonus check, that motherfucker said $11,000. I'm like, wait a minute, where'd the rest of it go?
Yeah.
And then at the end of the year, when I did my taxes, it's, oh yeah, you made this, so we're gonna tax it again. How is that possible?
Yeah. And by the time you retire, probably
Get taxed again.
there won't be any Social Security. Like they're gonna run out of money. Like
Social Security can never run out of money. The reason why? Because they take it out of everybody's check.
everybody, yeah.
They want to use that money for something else. They want to put that money in a slush fund, just like they were trying to do with the Postal Service, because the Postal Service is not bankrupt. It's just they won't give them the money that they've gotten because the post office has over $1 billion in their slush fund that they can't touch.
Oh, that's another group. Like the whole post office is like, do we even need the post office anymore? Like,
Man, they can just give everybody a P.O. box and just say, hey, come get your mail.
yeah. I had to go to the post office to get my passport. Get my passport renewed. It's like, why I gotta go to the post office for a passport? Why not can go to like the federal building? And there's like a federal building right here, but what do they do?
Man,
What do they do at the
they
federal
don't
building?
do shit at the federal building because I had to go there at 2:30 in the morning for a interview to
2:30
get my passport. 2:30
in the
a.m.
morning.
And I missed the first one because when they sent me my first one, because I had to reschedule, was at 12 a.m. I'm like, 12 a.m. Is that morning or night? I mean, 12 p.m. I had to go at midnight, and I thought it was. I called them up the next day. I'm like, hey, is that a typo? So no, you're supposed to be here last night, so now you have to reschedule. I'm like, what?
Crazy, huh?
So I had to take 3 months to reschedule for my passport. And
Yeah.
yes, when they say you have to be there at an a.m., you have to be there at an a.m.
But
That's so dumb.
That's the federal building, but the federal bank in San Francisco is located near Embarcadero Bar. There's a federal bank building in San Francisco, and that's the one that was in charge of controlling the bank that failed. But the,
Silicon Valley.
yeah, but the CEO of the Silicon Valley Bank was in charge of the federal bank in San Francisco.
Wow.
So, I mean, you got, of course, that bank failed. I mean, you're basically controlling yourself. I mean, who can do that? I mean, like, Madoff did the same thing. He was controlling himself,
Yeah,
you know?
it's like the police investigate themselves.
Yeah, like, oh, we didn't do it. We found ourselves not guilty, you know?
Yeah, we didn't shoot that whole group of blacks and Armenians. It wasn't us, so we're not guilty.
I'm telling you, it's like, yeah, like the bar cops, like, I mean, they're like, I don't know, they carry a lot of shit on them, you know? It's like, what is all that stuff, you know?
They got their own police station and got the most crime.
Yeah, there's a police station inside where in Walnut Creek, the BART station. There's a police station. I don't see these BART, but really, all they do in BART is they kick people out for being homeless. That's their main job.
They're gonna stop them from smoking that fentanyl shit.
Oh
in there.
no, they don't care about the fentanyl, but if you're there with a bunch of suitcases and you've been there a couple of hours, they will kick you out and tell you go buy another ticket.
Yeah, that's their whole thing. Go get another ticket.
Get another ticket.
You can ride all night if you get another ticket, but I
Yeah.
thought you were supposed to keep them off and out of there. Oh no, he's got a ticket. I'm like, you son of a
Well,
bitch.
if they wanted to keep people from riding BART for free, maybe they shouldn't have built these elevators outside. You know?
Yeah, those stupid turnstiles. I mean, in New York, you can't get over. You can't get a free
No.
ride. You got to go through that thing. But
It's so easy to hop on BART for free that there's a couple ways to do it. Like most people I know just like hop over, you know, and they do it in front of the BART worker. Like they don't
yeah,
even.
you see that?
Yeah, they just like you know.
That ace.
I'm like they were part of track and field. They could just jump over. But now they got these gates in front of the elevators, so
What?
but you can easily push the door open. Like it's really crazy.
Man.
But like why even build these elevators outside? Because did they really think and BART is so expensive, you know? I mean, I have a disabled BART pass, right? So it cost me like maybe $2.50 to get from Walnut Creek to San Francisco. Now, if I didn't have that, I'll be paying like $10.
Yeah, that's what I paid to get from Oakland to San Francisco.
Yeah, it's
That's
ridiculous.
Man.
And if you want to go to the airport, it's like $25.
Yeah, I mean,
$25.
you can get an Uber for that price, man,
Yeah.
and get dropped off at the front door, and not have to go through all that bullshit.
$25, like for what? There's another tax.
Oh yeah.
Another tax is like, I think an Uber and yeah. The cool thing about Uber is they have an 800 number now. You can just call and tell them. But I ride Uber. I don't do
I'll tell your
Lyft.
daddy you're here. He's in here.
I think the dog wants a CBD pill. That's a calm dog. I don't think I've heard the dog like bark.
Nah. Have you seen the taxes on marijuana?
Oh yeah, the taxes are ridiculous.
Man, they charge you a city tax, state tax, a federal tax, but it's still federally illegal, but they're charging you a tax on it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like before, it used to be affordable. Like,
Yeah.
but it's like all these taxes and for what? Like, it's something that just grows out of the ground. I mean, anybody can grow marijuana. And they really expected us to pay those taxes. Like,
Yeah.
who in their right mind thought we were gonna pay taxes? You know?
I hate to say it, but you see a bunch of white people, a bunch of Asians. You see everybody except for blacks, Hispanics, brown people.
Yeah.
Brown people, we don't pay taxes because that's the reason I stopped smoking weed because I went to go buy a $30 eighth and it cost me $59. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, how much is this? I didn't buy two. This is supposed to be your daily special. It was a special, all right.
I go to these sessions there, and all the vendors, none of them are licensed. But getting a license as a vendor is really expensive, and you got to do it every year, and it's like it's ridiculously hard. But that's the crazy thing. Gavin Newsom, his wineries had money inside the Silicon Valley Bank. You know, and the craziest thing is we let somebody in the liquor business decide they know how to run the marijuana business. Like, I mean, you own liquor. You can't make your own. You can make your own liquor, but nobody's gonna make their own vodka and shit. People gotta go to the liquor stores. I don't think Gavin really understood. Like, hey man, weed is everywhere. We don't need to go to these lounge areas. We do it because it was priced nicely. It was affordable. It was fun. But like, of course, the black market is always gonna be big, you know. And I think for the first time they realize that there's more money in the black market. They're losing money like crazy, and they even decided people didn't have to pay the taxes, but it's expensive anyway. I don't know. I mean, my friend got a pound for $200. Like maybe it's not the best weed, but it's like, and she's in the wholesale business. Like a lot of she like she's in the wholesale business, buys a lot of weed for her friends, her neighbors. But yeah, it's like, yeah, Gavin is like, I don't know why anybody decided to let that guy run the weed. It's like you don't even smoke weed. I mean, nobody's asking me to run the liquor business, you know. I don't drink.
So what do we got going on next week, Chris?
I don't know. I got somebody booked 2 weeks from now, but I don't know. I gotta make the rounds and see who's willing to come in. And, you know, most of the people I find for this show, I post something on Facebook like, who wants to be on my podcast?
Well, you heard it from Chris right there,
Yeah.
people. If you want to be on this podcast, check him out on Facebook. Come in and have a talk with him, and we can get you on air.
2 weeks from now, it's a special guest. She works in a school at spring break, so we got her booked in. But
Spring break.
Spring Break,
Hey.
that's a good movie to watch. Spring Breakers with what's her name? What the hell's her name? I don't know. Justin Bieber's ex. Oh, Selena.
Yeah, Selena.
Selena Gomez is the first woman to reach. She got like how many followers on Instagram?
Million or something?
Yeah, she's like the first woman to reach that. I'm like, there's been like 12 million men who had that kind of. I'm just kidding.
All right, folks, until next week, this is the JunkYard Rat Show, and we're signing off from beautiful, sunny San Francisco at the Oddfellows building.
Our fellas.